Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There's Porter over here on Congress Street at the Boston Fire Museum, 344 Congress Street. Let's check it out, see what they have inside. They only open on Saturdays, and the hours are 9 to, I believe, 9 to 4. So we'll go inside and see all the interesting things that they have. Once again, it's at 344 Congress Street, Boston, Mass. Let's go check it out. That's the A10 that responds to all your disasters, whether it's police or fire. Any major disaster they respond to. A11. It's a trampoline. I don't think they still use these anymore, but way back in the day, they used to use trampolines when people had to jump out the window. Now they use inflatable devices and stuff like that, so I don't think they still. Some places you might still see them using that though. But it's a trampoline. Oh.
Ready? Gonna take your photo? Yep. Do you want to wear a firefighter coat?
There you go. Yep. You can also go over that truck and take pictures.
Do you want to go with the old-fashioned fire truck?
Yeah. Why?
This is amazing. You have made it all day. Thank you. Just making video. That's why I started. Are you a firefighter?
Maybe that fireman can show you.
Are you protected from the fire? I think this is the option over here. This truck. This one here. Oh, wow, you're firefighting? Are you going to do a rescue? Oh, wow.
Okay, up the stairs is the party bus. Wow, that's upstairs. We can walk. Yeah.
You guys get to see a little bit of everything today. It's a little busy over there, so I'll come back to that later on. But you get to see the
Oh, we have to leave our helmet on, you know why? We do a rescue.
Yeah.
Do a rescue. Are you ready? Okay. See, here we come. Are you guys ready for the rescue? Yeah, should we take a selfie?
You can have the language.
Go get Margo.
No, he was a fire, you know, they gave them jobs to hold it. Yeah, he needed a couple more years to make, you know, his pension. Okay, nice to meet you guys. Good luck. Thank you. Enjoy the city. If you have any questions, I think it's my address. Yeah. But it's a very interesting race, you know. He does mostly, first thing, the history, you know.
This boy, come on, take a turn. Wanna get down?
He was on the cell phone, yeah. Well, enjoy, stay warm.
Yeah, we'll try. Today is pretty much, yeah.
Monday's supposed to be rain. Kevin's family.
We'll be out of here by then.
Yeah. That's a nice ride home with the train.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's a nice comfortable ride. It's
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's
It was all along the Connecticut coastline.
Another reason to stay here, I don't want to bring any disease into their house in a delicate situation.
All right, well, thank you.
All
All right,
I
yeah.
have a good friend who lives on East End, Tim Canadian.
All right, see you later. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Stay safe. Hi, pal.
I know. He was in his truck. Don't go on the street. I don't know if you can go in that one, but you can kind of look at what they use for rescue.
That bottle is all scratch built.
It's all scratched right here.
Yeah,
Do you know who made it?
yeah. Kurt Daly.
Kurt, oh, Kurt. Okay, cool.
I gotta tell you a story about the pole.
Oh, tell me about the pole. Sure.
There's a pole at the front door.
Uh huh.
A firefighter was sliding that pole.
Uh-huh.
Christmas morning, 1914. Instead of sliding, he fell.
Oh wow.
His mother got a visit from the chaplain on Christmas morning. Irish Catholic mother, big day, going to go to church.
Right.
Chaplain says your son's dead.
Wow.
Fell down the pole hole. Christmas morning, 1914.
That's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Young man of 27 years of age.
27?
His picture's up there beside us.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. Thanks. That happened, you said 1914 that happened?
1914.
1914.
Christmas Day, 1914.
Oh, wow. Thanks for the
He
information.
was not married at all, he was just a firefighter, 27 years old, living at home.
Wow.
Tragedy
The
hit.
sign says, man.
It's unfortunate.
11 men from this firehouse
Uh-huh.
Definitely
came
not.
to work here and never went home. 5 at one time, and the rest over the years were killed at fires.
Wow.
This has the record, dubious record, of having the most of any firehouse, even existing today, were killed from this firehouse.
This one here.
This building.
Because of the area that they were in, too.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
they were
Coconut
building-
Grove, too, right?
Yeah, Coconut, well, that whole city went to the Coconut Grove.
Okay.
There's a display there on it. But just 5 were killed at one time near North Station in Boston Garden on Maryland Street. It was a bedding factory fire. They put so much water into the building, the bedding all held the water, and the floors
Oh, collapsed. Oh, wow.
pancaked down and killed 5 of them.
Just the weight of the water. And
Weight it collapsed. The building didn't collapse, but the floor joists all collapsed. Down they came.
Wow, that's scary. That's a lot to learn, though, because now they do it differently now.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, interesting. Nice. Other question: these hats, are these all retired hats? Or?
No, over that side they are.
Oh, those are retired ones over there.
These are from Arthur Fiedler.
Oh, okay.
And that name sound familiar to you?
Not right offhand.
You
No.
hear his music every year at Christmas time. Sleigh Ride. He was the conductor of the Boston Pops Orchestra.
Oh, okay.
And he's the one that established things on the Esplanade, you know, every July 4th.
Yeah.
He was a big fire buff. He had his own fire dog. He had his own fire truck and all that. And when he toured the world with the orchestra, they saw that he was a fire buff. So they made him honorary fire chief of Oslo, Norway, Detroit, Michigan. And they put his name on a fire helmet. And they brought him home to his lovely wife. Can you imagine what she said when number 141 comes in the front door? She must have been a great woman to save them all, you know. But when he passed away, we inherited about 100 of them. Some were junk or plastic we threw away. But the ones that were good are hanging there, all the white ones.
Oh, nice.
And
All right.
so
Pretty good.
and we try to keep the.
And I assume this truck is still operational.
No, it's not. It hasn't run. It hasn't started in about 30 years.
30
It's
years.
pushed in here.
Oh, wow.
We're trying to get it started.
Uh-huh.
There's something wrong mechanically with it. So
Oh.
it served in East Boston until from 1948 until 68.
48 to 68.
Yeah, 20 years in East Boston.
Oh, wow.
They fixed it all up, and then this happened.
Uh-huh.
Same thing with the same fender on the other
On
side.
the other side as well. Okay.
Can you smile? Sassy
Hopefully they get it up and running. It was
Oh, yeah,
with cranks and no starter. Start.
Well, they got new batteries in it. Now they're going to drain the fuel tank, and they're going to put a camera in the fuel tank to see what's going on in there. But we're all volunteers, so it takes time to
Is
get
it a
things
fuel
done.
pump? The fuel pump's on the engine, right?
I have no idea. I'm not mechanical,
Oh,
so
okay.
I have no idea. So
I would check the fuel pump first, see if you
but
get
if the
pressure.
Boston Fire Department mechanics worked on getting it,
Gotcha.
they're experts.
Right, right.
I don't know how we're going to get it going. You know?
Well, check for spark. You gotta have spark. You gotta have compression. You gotta have fuel. So you start from there. You have that chain working. So
Yeah, I'm sure. it
if
would.
you got a good starter and you got a good battery, then you look for the
They put new batteries in here, 2 new batteries, and it's going to take time, but they say they'll work on it.
Well, they figure it out. If they're mechanics, they figure it out.
I remember when I was working, I used to make out pay details for Canestravo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For whatever construction they were doing on the city.
Retired lieutenant of Engine 8. in
Engine
North
8. All right.
Down the north end.
Okay. How many years ago was that?
13 years ago I
Wow.
retired.
Keep
His
up the good
father
work.
was a firefighter, and his 2 brothers were firefighters.
All right.
Hey, how are you?
There you go. Keep up the good work.
Huh?
Paul Finn.
Paul Finn,
Paul
yeah.
Finn. All right. Yeah, main man.
Famous Finn family. No relation to the former
I'm pretty sure when
commissioner.
I come back, you have more information for me.
Oh yeah, the Coconut Grove.
Coconut Grove, and that was a big fire before my
No,
time.
it wasn't a big fire.
No,
The fire was out within 45 minutes.
it was the overcapacity in the number of
there
people
were
inside,
licenses for 1,000. There were about 1,300 in the building.
Uh-huh.
They're way over.
and the exits were kind of blocked, and they opened inward rather than
The
outward.
main exit that everybody knew about was a revolving door.
Oh wow!
So if I push to the right, I get out. You push to the left, you get out. We both push together.
You can't do anything.
About 600 people did get out,
Mm-hmm.
but 490 were killed.
Wow.
Only 81 years ago, this past week,
Mm-hmm.
November 28th, they're going to have a memorial this summer in Park Square.
Yeah.
They've announced.
I did see that. I did a video on that last couple of weeks ago. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now the fire started. The Melody Lounge was a basement in the basement, and it was new. It only opened up on November 15th. Here it is, November 28th, and a sailor is sitting with his date in the corner of the Melody Lounge under a fake palm tree.
Oh wow.
The whole place was decorated to resemble a Caribbean island.
Uh huh.
So anyway, the sailor stands on a chair, and he turns out the lights that were over his head
Right.
to make it dark, whatever he had in mind to do. It was wartime, probably going to go to war the next day. He wanted it dark. Bartender said you can't do that, and they sent over Stanley Tomaszewski, a 15-year-old busboy from South Boston. First day on the job, 9 hours, 15 cents an hour. Stanley, go make the lights work. Stanley took the chair over, stood up, looked up. He could not find the sockets to turn the lights. So he took out a Coconut Grove matchbook, struck the match, held it up, blew out the match, turned the lights on, stepped down to hear the bartender screaming, "The ceiling's on fire! The ceiling's on fire!" Everybody, about 100 people in the lounge, follow me behind the bar, stairway going up to safety. The only ones who went that way were the bartender, the busboy Stanley, and the waiter who was taking the drink orders. People tend to go out the way you came in.
Right.
They went up the stairway, the 4-foot wide stairway, to get their coats in the coat room upstairs on a cold November night. By this time, the other people in the dining room, the beautiful dining room there, are seeing the smoke, smelling it. Now they're all moving to the only exit they knew about, which was a revolving door.
Oh, wow.
So if you push it to the right, you get out. I push it to the left, I get out. We both push together.
Nobody gets out.
About 600 did get out before panic sets in, and now people are pushing and screaming and to get out on their own. And the end result is 151 are badly injured. Many never functioned in life again. They were arrested like invalids the whole time. And 490 people perished in the Coconut Grove restaurant.
So the main thing was the overcrowdedness,
Overcrowding and the lack of exit doors.
lack of exits.
They
Okay.
were not marked properly. There were other doors available, but they were behind curtains and nobody knew about.
Oh, I
And
see.
some doors towards the rear were locked because the owner wanted to make sure that everybody went out the front and paid their bill.
Gotcha.
The owner was a lawyer. He went to jail for 2 years, not because of the fire. He went to jail because he had double books.
Oh, okay.
Some people were working and taxes were being withheld. Other people were working with no taxes being withheld. They were being paid under the table,
Oh, wow.
which was illegal.
Right. It's definitely illegal.
They let him out after 2 years. He had cancer. He died. Out of something bad always comes something good. The good that came from this tragedy was the first ever use in our country of a new drug called penicillin.
Oh, penicillin. Okay, yeah.
First time it was ever used was here.
Wow.
Stanley went on, the busboy went on to live an honorable life. He raised a family, stayed in South Boston, died about 10 years ago. But he must have had that stigma attached to him all the time. Did I cause the Coconut Grove fire? The fire department says it's unknown.
Right, right.
It says it could have been the boy with the match, but it could have also have been the badly wired building. Because if you were a plumber doing plumbing work, can you do electrical work too? I need someone to do electrical work. Yes, I can. I'd do anything for money.
Right, right.
It was badly wired. So the fire department said that it could have been the wiring.
It's possible, yeah.
You heard the term Ponzi scheme?
Yeah, yeah.
Charlie Ponzi had 2 of these schemes going, and he went to jail for them and all that. His wife, at the time of the Coconut Grove fire, was the bookkeeper, paying the bills and recording the income of the Coconut Grove. She had nothing to do with the payroll.
Okay.
The lawyer he did that entirely himself. That's why he went to jail, and she had no part in that.
So that's the point. That's part of the Ponzi. That's how they got that name, Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, but that's because of her husband. She had nothing to do with the scheming.
Oh, I see.
He was just trying to make a scheme, and to the day he died, he was convinced that his scheme was the right thing to go, right thing good. But they just had his name was in the paper about a month ago. They sold his house in Lexington for like $2.5 million.
Wow.
That he lived in. So
Interesting.
that's the Coconut Grove for you.
Okay, cool. I like the information. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by. They're going to have a new memorial is going to be built by the city. It's going to be dedicated in about 8 months in Park Square.
You're right at that park, right by the triangle there.
Right by the Motormart Garage. You know where the Motormart Garage is? I'll show it to you.
is that when the box came through,
This is a picture from 1942, right after the fire.
Uh-huh.
And all the Coconut Grove is this building's right over here.
Okay.
So the way you find out where the Coconut Grove was, you go to the Motor Mart garage, stand under the sign. It's the same sign that was there 81 years ago.
Okay.
Nothing has changed. And if you could look across the street for 175 feet, you'd see where the Coconut Grove was.
Oh,
But now
okay.
there's a hotel sitting on top of it. But that's where it was in 1942.
Gotcha.
And the new park is going to be right about in this point, where they're going to have the memorial to the Coconut Grove fire.
And that's in September of next year, right? Is that correct?
They said might be this summer sometime.
This summer, okay.
Okay.
I'll look out for that. I might go down there and check it out.
Yep, it's going to be in the park. It's not there yet, but
Man.
it's going to be there.
Cool.
Now I think it's close to 2:30, and I have got to go.
All right, good talking to you, my man.
Nice guy. Good luck to you.
All right, take care now.
Bring your family and friends in sometime.
I definitely will. I do
Open
it
every Saturday, so
every Saturday at 9 to 4.
about 10 to 4.
10 to 4. Okay, cool.
25 years ago, Engine 52.
Now, you want to show me how that master box works so everybody knows how that...
Mike's the expert.
Mike's-
Mike's the expert on the master box.
All right,
They're,
And you look like you got a firefighter with you.
Mike's the expert on the master box.
With a smile on.
You like it? Yeah.
just the kitchen area, not burning down completely, but just the kitchen. And they weren't there. Okay,
We'll come back to Mike later on. He's busy right now, but we'll check him out later on.
which kind of. And there was, well, these are,
You get to see a little bit of everything, guys, you know. I missed this over here.
no, there was just a kitchen area, which was the second floor. Yeah. But this here is the firebox system, and so it taps out the number of the box. We had some people here from Rhode Island, and they were able to see it here because we had a building fire come in about 45 minutes ago. But it taps out the number of the box. So 2, 3, 8.
All right, thank you so much.
2, 3, 8. That's the incoming box. The new alarm. And then there's the other one. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 8. Okay, so the fire alarm telegraph sent, the fire alarm office sends us out. Most cities in America have stopped doing this. We don't really need to do this, but we do because we have always done it. It's the fire alarm system was invented here in Boston, 1852, and
This one?
traditional.
This one?
Here we go. Is that just we can't? Okay, many other cities have stopped doing this. Then telephone. Okay, but the fire alarm system all runs off of a separate power system. Okay, there's a set of batteries in the basement. Okay, huge battery racks. And so the boxes will run through those batteries, then through commercial power. So commercial power through the batteries out like this. And then they have, lose power, they have their own merchant generator. To keep everything running, start that. They run that at least once a week as a make sure that it's maintained, everything. And so that runs, so commercial power coming from the merchant generator through the batteries out to the alarm boxes here to work. So that's what they've wanted to do. They've thought about using the fireboxes for something else other than just fireboxes. And one of those suggestions, which never really materialized, was saying to put emergency power things on here on the sides so that we do lose power, say for 12 hours. Everyone's running around with their phone. You're trying to plug in, get some power, because my battery's going down, I gotta get some power. And they're running around, and everyone's got, when there's some power, you get 27, thanks Danny, people all hooked in, see that. And so, is to put power on here, because there is power coming from these things, okay, from the merchant generator, even though commercial power is not out. All the lights are on, these are still working, because they're powered. Yes, correct. So, so back, we also had the 911 system, of course, but about 6 years ago, there was for 2 days, we had about half the nation was out of 911 service for some reason. It wasn't working because of some code in the computer. It wasn't working in and out. Sometimes it would connect and sometimes it wouldn't. We didn't know. People didn't know that. And the guy down the north end had a fire in his apartment, a kitchen fire, 5:30 in the morning, and the place caught on fire. So in 911, he's called 911. It's not, the call's not going anywhere. Didn't go through. So he said, "Oh yeah, there's a firebox down there." Okay, so he ran it down. He was on the 4th floor, ran down to the 1st floor, and got up, ran down the street, and pulled the firebox. Okay, and Engine 8 and Ladder 1 came down there and transmitted the box out and everything, but they didn't want to get in there with a line, and they knocked it down pretty quickly. But he did that by pulling the box. It's just the box just is now called 1212 is the name of the box. It's just the same. It's the same box, the same location as the first fireman telegraph ever transmitted on April 29th, 1852. It was the first alarm. It was Cooper and Endicott Street. Then that's the box. It was called District 1, Station 7. They had a different numbering system back then. And Cooper and Endicott Street's on the Cooper Street Church. And that's the boxes right there. It's not at the church anymore, but it's right there on the pedestal on the sidewalk. And that's the box he pulled. And it just happens to be. So the media got all over this the next day. They're all doing the stand-up commentary. The guy actually pulled a firebox. And they said, these backup systems here. And the commissioner at the time, Joe Finn, got on and he said, these are not backup at all. This is a primary notification system. It was there way before there were cell phones and anything else. This is a primary, and it's working all the time for you right now. 911 is really a backup. It's not, we call it primary now, but this is a primary. It's not a backup system in case something else doesn't work. Then this works. So it's always working. It's always there. And so just an interesting story. That was about 6 years ago. But of course, we don't know when 911 is not going to work. Just it didn't. Well, now what do you do? And this was happening about half the country was out for different times for over 2 days. Something wrong with their.
I think it's closed off because of the lights.
So anyway, and this was it. But these little cars were in that little room over there where the watch desk is over here. I'll show you over here.
Oh, okay, thanks.
So those cards, okay, they're right here. Right here. And so there's the firefighter on patrol, sits right here, and so every time a box comes in, you pull the card, and you see whether you're going on.
Okay.
Now, after a while, you know which boxes you go to and which ones you don't go to, because, after a while, it's like anything else, But this is real, right here. This is active, because we just had a fire, report of a fire out in West Roxbury, and the box was 2839. And it comes in twice, 2839. And then they would turn out to be not a minor, it was a minor fire in a house, probably someone cooking food or something. So here's the all 2839. We keep it twisted so it's a little easier to read it rather than read it.
Oh, I see.
And to wind it up is the back key. There's a little key right here. Like this. And so so if you get a report of a building fire while you're here, you'll hear it tap out. You'll hear the bells ring and everything else. And usually they keep the back key in the register. You just wind it up all the time, but I can't read this here. Otherwise, I'm gone. So anyway, this is the patrol desk. The patrol desk here since the day the house opened. It's always been right here. Originally, it didn't have a room. It was just a pedestal with those brass railings, the brass railings like the pole, like there around it. But then in 1917 they built a room. Yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you. Thank you. I'm glad you came by. Great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the information.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome.
You show me that wind up. Show me how they, well,
Sure.
show the viewers how they wind up the box.
So this box, so the box right there, that's the inside of it, and so there's a spring right here to keep it wound, and so it winds up that way. It's not wound down enough, but I think we're gonna ring the bell here, and because the children do a little activity here, so we're gonna. So I'll run there. You'll see it working here again. You didn't see it before, did you?
Well, I was over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
All
an
right,
idea.
Well, wait a minute, because Gordon is going to do something with the kids, put out a fire, so I have to ring the bell here.
Oh,
so
okay.
you'll see it operates. I just don't want to do it ahead of
Right, I got you. And this is normally when you take out the Max box offline. That's the key they pull
Yes,
out of
the
there.
shunt. It's called the
The
shunt.
shunt, correct.
Okay. Yep. And so that's why they're in there now. And so now it's locked up. It's kind of the Gamewell universal key. It's otherwise known as, so it's locked up like that. So all you can do is just send in the alarm, which is the most important thing to do. Send in the alarm. Is get people doing. It's a comparable thing to doing that is when you're on an airplane and the flight attendants are up there and they're giving you instructions about this, the escape doors out on the room. But they said when the oxygen mask comes down, when they lose pressure in the cabin, they all pop down, so they're all hanging right there. They say, what they tell you is put yours on first and then help somebody else.
Okay.
Okay. But our mental thing is to help somebody else who's struggling and then do me.
Gotcha.
Okay, because they're struggling. Oh, I'm going to help them first, then I'll take care of myself. The answer is you can do your better thing is to do it yourself, because now you have the ability to then help them.
That makes sense, yeah.
All that time, you're losing cabin pressure. Is that you may have a problem. So that's why they say put yours on first, then help somebody else who's struggling.
That's good to know.
And that's what they say. So the thing to do with the so I got off the track about sending the alarm. Sending the alarm, then render aid.
Right.
You know.
And they teach you that in first aid. They say call for help first before you give aid.
Yes, right.
Right.
Now, assuming that, I mean, if you're going to call on a cell phone right now, you're going to be on the phone for a couple of minutes till you get help on the way. If somebody's bleeding out, then if you wait 2 minutes, meanwhile they're bleeding out, it's too late. You got to sometimes do that first.
Correct.
Yeah, but 95% of the time is that you can
Get help
send
first.
in the alarm, then render aid. A car fire, you're going to have to get the people out now, okay, because 2 minutes from now, you're going to be toast.
Correct.
So you have to kind of...
Common sense has to kick in at one point.
But unfortunately, common sense gets lost in the excitement or the confusion of an incident, okay, what people do. And if they're not in that mode of rendering aid or doing things about something, or being prepared. If you're just a regular person, just kind of not thinking about those things, because you get confused and you don't. Because many people run around. You'll see it on. You'll see it sometimes on a call on the news that they say, listen to the dramatic 911 recordings.
Okay.
Okay, and they'll play the recording call. You're saying, and what are people doing? They're yelling in the phone. Get help down here, get help down here. Somebody else is on the other side of the line trying to figure out what is going on, where it's going on.
Right.
And that information is not coming through because it's a bunch of yelling.
Well, the first thing you're supposed to do is give you a location.
Right.
Can tell you what's going on.
Right, yes, what and where.
Right.
Okay, or where and what. Okay, I mean, the two what and where is kind of usually better.
It's important,
but
yeah.
those are the two most important pieces of information. What is happening and where is this happening at? Okay, and as long as those two pieces of information get through quickly, you're okay. But if you listen to, because it happens turn on the news and once a week you hear, listen to this tape recording of what's going on. And there's a lot of people yelling, and I know they're confused, and they're not saying anything wrong. It's just that, but the information isn't coming through.
Right. Yeah, I always tell people the first thing is get the address out there.
Yeah.
Like, at least you can help on the way.
Right.
Now, while they're on the way, you can at least explain what's
Right.
happening,
Right.
what's going on, and
Yeah.
hopefully you
But,
calm down enough to get that out.
The initial first minute, okay, is that
It's very
oftentimes
crucial.
it's not coming through.
Right.
Because they're, people are just, and I know they're confused.
A lot of panic involved too. It's kind of hard to keep your composure when something like that's going on. You really got to be trained for that.
If you're not ready to
Right.
make a recent thing, do something about that. And, and most civilians are not.
That's true.
So, and that's why I said it's, it's not, not doing anything wrong. It's
Right.
just that-
Well, no one really tells them how to use a 911 system, so they just, screaming and yelling. They assume you know where they're at automatically. They can figure it out, but it might take valuable time.
Maybe you are, but you could be out on the highway,
Right.
okay, and there's multiple layers.
Mm-hmm.
The Tobin Bridge over here.
Correct.
Okay, well, which direction are you traveling?
Right. That's true.
Because the things are on top like that. So
Upper and lower, yeah.
Is it the upper deck or the lower deck?
Correct.
Okay,
It's a big difference.
it's going to be pointing.
It takes
like that.
the fire trucks a long time to turn back around again too.
Well, the Tobin Bridge is that Chelsea and Boston operate both ways.
Okay.
Okay, this one.
I got you. Well, Chelsea's on the lower side and I think Boston on the upper side, something like that.
No, Chelsea's on the upper side because there's
The upper?
the southbound.
Okay.
So you get on in Chelsea and go over the bridge on the southbound side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the northbound's in Charlestown to go over that way.
Gotcha.
Okay, now where exactly do you change the city lines or whatever? It just doesn't matter. Just get help up there.
Get help either way, right.
Let me just
All right,
see
thanks.
what he's gonna
Thanks
do.
for talking to you, mate.
Sure, you're welcome.
All right.
And I think we'd actually get more information by them just through talking, like talking to each other, and maybe even if you wanted to moderate on this roundtable.
You guys get to see a little bit of everything out here.
I think that might be a little bit of project might end up being a great
Don't forget about it. That would be dangerous. Let me see. You know the firehouse is? The little what? Get what?
I didn't even know who wrote it.
I recognize the firehouse right away. That's not
Trash should be trash barrel, like right next to the refrigerator, small trash barrel.
Well, that's actually shutting it down, but that's over. So if you shut it down, that's an to the fire hose.
That's how you put the water on.
That's how we put the water on. Yep.
Is that the real meaning of a steam engine? Is that what they produce the steam in the back?
What's that, sir?
Was that producing steam in the back? Or
Yeah, it's actually smoke.
Oh, smoke.
Because what they do is kind of simulates it. This it's full of coal.
Uh-huh.
They would shovel
Some
the
of the
coal
coal
in,
in there.
and they would shovel the coal in there. So what you see before they leave the firehouse,
Uh-huh.
they light the boiler,
Okay.
and then they'll travel. So what you're seeing is actual smoke from the coal burning.
Oh, okay. And that actually ran the engine itself.
Well, this engine was kind of like a gasoline-powered engine.
Okay.
It originally was a horse-drawn engine.
Mm-hmm.
This engine was horse-drawn. Then they had what they call a Christine motor, which is in the front of this.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the first motorized pieces of fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you might.
Cool. Okay. We go. Yes. Mike's gonna pull the master box. So I'm gonna give the people the view of that, how the master box is pulled, and how it works.
Okay, you're in a fire station here, okay? When the bells go off, sometimes there's a fire. So if we hear the bells go off, we gotta put the fire, oh, there may be a fire in that house over there. Oh, there's a fire over there. If we hear a bell, we gotta grab this hose here and go over there and get that fire put out, okay? So if we hear the bells, what's up? We get a bunch of the firefighters together, grab that. We strike the box.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So he struck the box, and kids are gonna be putting the fire out over there. All right, guys. So he just struck so he struck the box. That's typically what happens when they strike a box. How's it going there?
Good, how are you?
All right, not too bad. In the city of Boston, they still have some wooden water mains, believe it or not. Okay, go ahead. Alright guys, you get to see what I see.
Okay, all the some of the alpha fetal collection is right here. Okay, some, what I mean some is a small percentage. Okay, we have lots of stuff upstairs, we just don't have the space to tear down. And also, this is your memorial funds. Although we restricted all the elders and everything, but in 1979, the family donated the homes. Every city, Syracuse, fire department, and Oklahoma City, Cleveland, Phoenix, and all the other captains. So we carry that with us all the time. get into fires all the time. Lots of people get in with the chief.
So we call it handcuff.
Have a fire.
And the way we got water for the
Here's his
fire
car
was,
right
we
here.
had to pump this thing.
Department,
Well, how are we gonna get water to this thing?
This thing right here is the big antenna.
You're gonna go get the water. Give it to him. Okay. And put it up in there. Come back again. And this is the way it used to be fought fires years ago. The bucket brigade. They grab the water, hand to the next person, keep this thing going. And while they're doing that, we're doing this. Okay? Just to give an idea what it was like. It was tough. We lost buildings, but sometimes we saved the building because of it. That's the way we did it. Thank you. There's no sign of kids.
The green right there. So she takes her honor from Kennedy. And then, well, first section.
Alright guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy the tour around the Fire Museum. One more thing, You guys may have not noticed it. That's the old crystal radio scanner. You don't find those anymore. You have to buy the crystals in order to get the right frequency. You actually shave the crystals down to get the frequency out of those. And that's pretty much it. Take care, Mike. Have a good one. Good talking to you.
Thank you. Take care.
For me, I thought it was a very small chance.
Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour around the Fire Museum. Right here on 344 Congress Street, downtown Boston. Check it out. Catch you guys on the next one.